real world.
Welcome to my channel. This is Serge bringing you another action figure collector's review on McFarlane Toys My Hero Academia Ochako Uraraka. As you can tell right there, you get the figure herself right there. You get an extra bit of accessories. You get Ochako Uraraka right there from the anime. Over here on this side of the box, you get McFarlane Toys up there at the top, Funimation down there at the bottom. You get Ochako Uraraka over there on that side of the box. On this side of the box, you get McFarlane Toys up there at the top, Funimation down there at the bottom, My Hero Academia in the middle. Over here on the back of the box, you get other figures from this wave, and you get an anime image of Uraraka right there on the back, My Hero Academia row up there at the top. Up here at the top of the box, you get a nice image of Class 1A plus All Might, and down here at the bottom, nothing but the barcode. Let's get to it. Open this bad girl up. Let's take a good look at these accessories. First of all, we'll take a look at the extra set that they gave to us, and we get one fisted hand, which I'm pleased with, but I would have preferred to have two, you know, just in case, you know, you wanted your Uraraka to throw down some punches. You know, that would have been cool, but, you know, I'm not displeased with what we got, because we do have options to hold things in her other hand. So, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad, but I would have preferred to have two. I'm gonna take a look at this gripping hand right here, and it looks very good, but I have a major complaint right here. And other than that, it has a trigger finger, which that displeases me a lot. I wonder why we keep getting trigger fingers with these figures. But they painted her fingernails on the inside of her fingers. That, to me, is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But, I mean, I don't know. I would have preferred them to be right there where they're supposed to be. Like, they completely missed the mark. And, I don't know. I'm very displeased with that. And right here, we'll take a look at the wide open hands right here. And these are for her, like, her ability or her quirk, but they look very good. But the same thing, they did the same thing with this figure. That looks so weird. Why would they paint the fingernails on the inside of the fingers? That just blows my mind. I mean, they used a good color, you know, I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm just saying that I'm very displeased with how that turned out. But other than that, I like the sculpt work and the detailing. And they're very petite and very small. So you might, you know, try to keep these in a safe place so you don't lose them. But, wow, I just can't get over how they painted those fingernails on the inside of the hand like that. Anyway, take a look at this extra head sculpt, or hair sculpt and helmeted. So, I'm pleased with it. I think it looks accurate enough to the show. It doesn't displease me at all. I like the hair that they chose, but mine's got this weird little line back here in the back, but it's at the back of the figure, so I probably won't pay much attention to it, but I like it. I like how the visor turned out, and I think it looks good. And I like this pink right here, the two different tones of pink, the darker and the lighter. I think that came out looking good. I got a seam going down the center, which that don't bother me at all. Well, a little bit. But what you do is, much like the Kirishima figure and the Midoriya, is what you do is you just peg it in. You gotta line it up and make sure it's on correctly. And you slide this down. And it's hard to do on camera because it applies a little bit of force. I'll have to show you the figure with it on in just a little bit. Lastly, we'll take a look at her flight stand, and I really do enjoy this. I'm very thankful that they gave us a flight stand for this figure, because, you know, I believe she deserved to use it because of the way she uses her quirk. So that pleases me a lot. And right here, what you do is you just slide this piece on until it clicks in very good and snug, which I still have it loose because I'm going to show you. It comes like this, and it's just articulated where you can just pop it out like that, and these arms come apart, and you can place the figure right there. I'll show you that in just a second. Gravity's mistress out of the box and ready to puke rainbows onto your your screen. It's Miss Uraraka, or aka Miss Meteor Shower. That was one of my favorite episodes with her in it, by the way. Anyway, we'll get into looking at this figure in just a second. Let's take a look at the Japanese sweetheart's articulation. First of all, her head can look up that far, which is a good amount, and it can look down all the way down to her little piggies. And that looks pretty good. I'm very pleased with that. She's got a little bit of that confused. Actually, you can get a lot of that confused dog going on to that side, and the same amount going on to that side. She does have the Exorcist, which is a full 360, and she can also throw the perfect pitch right there. And she's got a little bit of a butterfly, but it's very useless. She also has these double jointed elbows, which bend in that far, that pleases me a lot. Marvel Legends, take note. And she's got that bicep swivel, and she also has a ball at this wrist, and I like how they covered it up with that gauntlet. It pleases me a lot, and it turns side to side, and depending on how you have it, you can rotate that ball around, get more motion out of that. Her diaphragm can go lean over to that side and lean over more so to that side, and she can only crunch forward just a little bit, back just a little bit. And now whenever you add in that added second waist, she can look down a little bit further, add her little toesies, and back even much so whenever Bakugo gets mad and decides to explode all over her. Right here, she's got a little bit of a thigh cut right there. Not much of one. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this doesn't really twist that much. You'll get most of your twisting up here at this top diaphragm joint. And you might be able to heat that up. I'm not sure. I haven't tried that with this figure, but do that at your own risk. She can kick forward only just a little bit without that leg popping off here, and I'll go ahead and show that to you. It wants to pop out like right here if you force it, so that's a little bit displeasing. I wish we could have got a little bit more range out of that. And you can't really get her kicking back none. And she does have these double jointed knees that only bend in that far and that far back. And she don't have no boot swivel or no boot cut or no ankle articulation. So that's a little bit disappointing. Take a look at that sculpt and detailing. And I really do enjoy this figure. I like the expression that they used. They gave her a smile that she's known to have in the show, and them red, rosy pink cheeks. So that pleases me a lot. But there's just something about going from the 2D animation to action figure form that kind of throws these figures off. But I still think they look very much so like themselves. It's just a little off. But I like the hair sculpt that they did with this. I love the hair color. The brown, I think it matches very good with the show. And there's nothing up there, no extra paint, no nothing like that. It's very clean right there. And I like her collar that's nice and pink and vibrant. And I like how this strap turned out. It's not fuzzy at all. Marvel Legends, take note. And right here, I like these little circles on her outfit, on her uniform. It pleases me a lot. And right here, the different tones of pink came out looking good. And right through here, the black, there's no fuzziness there. And I forgot to mention that this little wrist piece right here, wristband or gauntlet, whatever you want to call it, it does hinder articulation. So just be on the lookout for that. It don't hinder it too bad, just enough though. And right there, I like the pink, two different tones of pink that they use right there, much so on the rest of the figure. Right there, we'll take a look at the other side very quickly. Right there, and her belt came out looking good. Right there, and it's got sculpted line work right in through here. I don't know how well it's shown up on camera, but that looks very good. Very accurate to the show right there. I like the pink right there in between her legs in the very center, and don't be looking at that. But I mean, everything came out looking very good with this figure. I like the paint apps that they used, and I do like these right down here at her knee down, her boots, her shin guards, whatever you want to call it, that goes in and wraps around her high heel shoes or boots that she has. I do like them, but much with the Spawn figure, I wish they could have done something in here, and I'm talking about the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn that they just released, with some sort of like articulation. That way we could at least move this joint to where we could get at least, an ankle rocker or something in there, or give us toe articulation or something to that nature for this figure. But all in all, it's not bad. Take a look at the back of the figure, very good. And for all you guys that are into plastic butts, then there you go. But yeah, I mean, the figure turned out looking very good. And that was a good look at Uraraka. Here's how Uraraka scales next to a couple of her fellow classmates. We have Red Rat, the one I just reviewed yesterday, over there on her left. And on her right, we have Izuku Midoriya. And, the scaling, I believe, works with these three. From the same line of figures, we have Katsuki Bakugo over there on her left. And we have Alma over there on her right. And that sports festival match between Bakugo and Uraraka was one of my favorites of that festival. But let me know what you think of this scaling in the comments below. Also from McFarlane Toys, from the same line, we have Tomura Shigaraki on her left. And from One Punch Man, we have Saitama on her right. And I feel like these go pretty well in scale. I'm trigger finger happy, just like McFarlane Toys is. Here is Unchained Armored Superman over there on her left. And from Detective Comic Books issues number 1000, we have Batman over there on her right. From NECA's side of things, from the GameStop exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, the 90s movies, we have the Foot Soldier over there on the left. And from that same line, we have the Shredder on the right. Hasbro, we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Walgreens exclusive Dragon Shield Black Power Ranger over there on her left. And on her right, we have the Marvel Legends Superior Octopus. Here's my final thoughts on this figure. This figure really doesn't have that many flaws for it to be a $20 figure. However, those fingernails being painted on the inside of the palms does not cut it for me. I do not like that at all. And I do not like that we don't have any ankle articulation or swivel down there. That displeases me as well. But all in all, we have a good looking figure that stands very well. And I enjoy having that flight stand to come with this figure. Now, I would have liked to have seen some villains in this line, maybe like Twice or Hero Killer Stain. That would have been nice. And a teacher, maybe like Eraserhead or somebody like that. That kind of displeases me a little bit, but all in all, I'm very satisfied with what we got. But let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Serge. If you want more action figure collectors reviews, then feel the urge to subscribe to Serge. And if you've liked what you've seen, then click that big thumbs up button. If you want to get notified of my latest videos whenever they drop, click that notification bell. If you want to see this channel grow, share with a friend. Speaking of friends, you can friend me over there on Facebook. Links to that will be in the description below. You can also follow me along on Twitter. Links to that will be in the description below.
Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize. Yeah.
Let me paint your nails. I'm really good with hands.